If you're looking for layers of savoury perfection, then you've got to make this Egyptian moussaka. We all know the legend of Greek moussaka, layered aubergine or potatoes with a tomato sauce that's topped with a creamy bechamel and baked to perfection. Well, Egyptian moussaka flips the script. There's no bechamel, and it employs a spicy and tangy tomato sauce to really pack a mouthful of flavour. Layered with fried aubergines and an amazing meat sauce, it's sure to be a crowd pleaser. The name moussaka in Arabic actually means chilled, and as it suggests, this dish is great served at any temperature. If you're looking for a dish with a lot of oomph that will keep you going back for more, then you'd be crazy not to give this one a try. If you're new here, I'm Obi, a home cook who wants to get you cooking authentic and delicious Middle Eastern food at home. Every week I cook a new dish, and I break it down so you can replicate it perfectly in your home kitchen. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see new Middle Eastern recipes every week. Now let's jump right in. First thing we'll make is the star of the show, the fried aubergines. From experience, there are 3 steps you need to take for perfect fried aubergines. First, you'll peel them to remove the bitter skin. Then, you'll salt them to draw out the liquid. And finally, you'll dry them so they don't splatter when frying. We'll need enough aubergines for 3 layers in this dish, which will be about 2.5 kilograms or 5 pounds of aubergines. And you can start by slicing the top off of each one. I like to peel my aubergines for 2 reasons. Firstly, the skin stops the aubergines from contracting and shrinking in size, which means they'll shrink in thickness instead. So peeling results in more fleshy aubergines. Second, the skin contains most of the bitterness, and peeling just speeds up the removal of it. Run a vegetable peeler from top to bottom to get rid of all the skin. Once peeled, we can slice the aubergines into circles, and you should aim for slices about 1.5 centimeters or just over half an inch thick. This way, when fried, we'll still have a good amount of flesh in each piece. Make sure to also slice the bottom of the aubergine off, as it can cause an air bubble to form when frying. When sliced, they should look like this. To make sure the aubergines cook and taste perfect, we'll have to heavily salt them. They may not look it, but they contain a lot of water, which will slow down cooking and will cause the oil to splutter if it's not removed. Salting the aubergines also draws out any bitter flavours. Place them in a bowl and add 3 to 4 tablespoons of table salt to them and mix well. It is a lot of salt, but we'll wash it off before cooking, so don't worry. Once they've been salted and mixed, set them aside for an hour, and the salt will draw all the moisture out of them. After an hour, you'll see the aubergines have softened, and there will be a puddle of dark liquid in the bottom of the bowl. And that liquid contains all the bitter flavours from the aubergines. To make sure there's no liquid left in them, place a stack of slices in your hand and squeeze, till you've got most of the liquid out. Once they've been squeezed, you need to wash any remaining salt off of them. Do this under running water or in a bowl, but be sure to rub the surface of each slice and then give them another squeeze to press out any liquid from the washing. Finally, place the washed aubergines between some paper towels and then squeeze once more. After all this, you should be left with a pile of aubergines ready for the fryer. To add some heat to the moussaka, we'll also be frying some green chillies, and these are regular medium spiced green chillies, though you can use whatever you find at the store. Before frying, you'll need to poke a few holes in these chillies. If you don't, they'll heat up in the oil and can burst, which isn't a pleasant experience. You want to fry about 2 of them. To fry the aubergines, pour vegetable oil into a frying pan till it's about 1.5 centimeters or half an inch deep, and turn the heat up to high. Once it starts to shimmer, you can add your aubergine slices till you've filled the pan. Because we've removed most of the water from them, they will bubble, but you won't get any crazy spitting from the oil. Let them fry for about 8 minutes on the first side, and once the underside is looking browned, use some tongs to flip them over. They'll then fry on the second side for another 6 to 8 minutes until they are golden and browned all over. Remove them from the oil once they achieve the steep brown colour. To drain the excess oil from them, I've lined a baking sheet with some absorbent kitchen roll. Let any excess oil from the aubergines drip back into the pan and then place them onto the sheet. When you've filled the sheet, just add another layer of kitchen roll and pile the next batch of aubergines on top. Keep frying until you've worked your way through all the aubergines and you should be left with a tray like this. Don't forget to fry your green chillies as well, and they'll take about 20 seconds on each side, and when done they'll look like this. Next up we'll make the minced beef, which will be going into the sauce. Both it and the sauce will need about 12 cloves of garlic in total. I'm using the same trick from my koshari video to peel it. Slice the root off, crush with a knife, and the garlic peel just pops right off. For the minced beef, we'll also need to dice a brown onion, so slice it in half and then make your horizontal and vertical cuts. You're aiming for a medium dice here, but small is fine too. Place a pan on medium-high heat and add a tablespoon of olive oil. When it heats up, add the diced onion and stir, then let it cook and sweat for 5 minutes. Once the onions start to soften and turn translucent, crush 2 cloves of garlic and add to the pan, then stir to combine with the onions. Cook for another 3 minutes until they're just starting to brown, and then push to one side of the pan. Add in 500 grams or 1 pound of minced beef to the empty part of the pan and press it down to spread it. You want to spread it to about the thickness of a burger patty and get as much contact with the pan as possible. Turn the heat up to high and let it cook for 3 to 5 minutes until it's browned on one side. Once browned, break the beef up into a few smaller pieces and flip them over, then let them cook for another 3 minutes. Once it's looking mostly cooked, use a wooden spatula or spoon to break the beef up into smaller pieces. Your aim is to have clumps of meat about the size of chickpeas or slightly larger. Stir in the onions and then add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Let it cook for a couple more minutes, and when done, you should be left with something that looks like this. Lastly, we'll make the thick and tangy tomato sauce, which will pretty much flavour the whole moussaka. Start off by adding a tablespoon of oil to a saucepan on medium-high heat. Once the oil is heated, mince the 10 remaining garlic cloves and add to the pot. We'll also throw in another green chilli for some spiciness. Fry the garlic and chilli in the oil for about 30 seconds until fragrant and softened, but don't let them brown. Next, add in 1 teaspoon of ground cumin and 4 tablespoons of white vinegar to deglaze. Fry it all together for 30 seconds, then juice a lemon and add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to the pot. Mix the pot once more and then add in 400 grams or 14 ounces of chopped tomatoes. I'm using canned. You'll also need to add 400 grams or 14 ounces of crushed tomatoes, which I made by blending another can. Finally, add in 200 milliliters or 7 ounces of water and bring the pot up to a boil. Once it boils, you'll turn the heat down to low and let it simmer for anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes. You'll know it's ready when you have a thick and chunky sauce. When you stir the pot, you should be able to see the base of it through the sauce. It'll look something like this. Finally, you'll add in 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper to season it. Mix it in well and then set it aside to cool. So, aubergines have been fried, beef has been browned, and the sauce has reduced. I think it's time to assemble the moussaka. First, we'll combine the beef and sauce. With your meat in a bowl, add 2/3 to 3/4 of your tomato sauce to the beef and mix it well to combine. Leave the rest of the sauce aside for later. Make sure to scrape the edge of the bowl and you should be left with a meaty sauce like this. You'll need to assemble the moussaka into a deep baking dish like this one. Start off by placing your aubergines in a single layer across the bottom of the dish. Give them a tiny overlap so there aren't any gaps, and fill the entire dish from side to side. Use smaller pieces of aubergine to plug the gaps or double up until you have a level layer of aubergine. When done, you'll add half of the meat sauce in a layer on top of the aubergines. Use a wooden spoon to spread it out to all the edges and then level it so you get nice and defined layers. Once spread, we'll add the second layer of aubergines, and just like the first one, spread them out all the way to the side of the dish and fill in any gaps. Add your fried chillies here as well, but keep them to one side of the dish so it's easier to pick out if needed. Add the rest of the meat sauce to make the second meat layer and spread it out as evenly as possible. Now it's time for the final layer of aubergine. If you're using a smaller tray like me, you might have quite a bit left, and so you can overlap them in a spiral for a more decorative top. Once all your aubergines have been added, use your hands to lightly compact the top layer. Finally, we'll add on the rest of the tomato sauce and spread it out. Make sure to get it on all the aubergines and to level it out as much as possible. Before baking, wipe any tomato splatters from the dish, and here's what it should look like. Place it into an oven preheated at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit to bake for 45 minutes to 1 hour until the tomato sauce has darkened and dried. When it comes out of the oven, it should look something like this. Don't mistake the dark parts for burnt, but rather the tomato sauce has caramelized and is now concentrated with flavour. And that's your Egyptian moussaka done, a world away from its Greek cousin. Let it cool for 30 minutes before serving. I've served myself a generous portion of moussaka with some rice, but it's also commonly eaten with pita bread, and it makes an amazing sandwich filler. I like to eat mine hot, but whatever temperature you serve it at, it'll be great. Now, it's time for the taste test. The best thing about this moussaka is that even when layered, you still get a ton of flavour in every single bite. Whenever I've made this for friends, there's never been any leftovers, and it's pretty obvious why. The meaty tomato sauce has a tangy and savoury kick that really complements the flavour of the aubergines. And the baked tomato sauce on top really adds a lot of umami flavours. If you wanted to make this vegetarian, you could swap the meat out for some green peppers and it will taste amazing. And if you're lucky enough to have any leftovers, they'll taste even better the next day. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please leave a like, share or subscribe as it really helps the channel. As usual, all the ingredient amounts and directions are in the description box below, and I'll be back next week with another recipe.